Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here today to another edition of NASCAR Heat 5 on the channel. Glad for everybody tuning in for this one. We've got qualifying coming up, no practice leading into that, and then we will jump right on stick broadcast as always. We do these kinds of videos / streams on the daily as I start my broadcasting career, so help me out on that journey by subscribing down below. I'm sure you will enjoy this if you are a NASCAR fan or even just a motorsports fan in general, and get this stream. Race as Ryan Blaney for this season, coming off of one of the best races, if not the best race he has had this season at Sonoma. Led every single lap of that race yesterday, but although it might seem like a dominating win, he had to fight for it almost every step of the way until about the last 10 laps. He kind of walked away from the field. Once his closest competitor, Ryan Preece, ended up having an issue. Seemed like he got into an accident and brought it onto pit road. They stayed green from that point on. There was no caution, but Preece ended up finishing in 38th, unfortunately. Using the controller for tonight's race as well. Not a bad lap here, but we'll see what the time will be at the start-finish line. Blaney down to the apron, 30.897, 22nd fastest. The pole time was a 29.885. About a full second faster. Denny Hamlin will qualify on the pole for today's race. Kurt Busch will be starting in second place. Ashton G called 48. Welcome to the stream. And so here we go at Chicagoland Speedway. Again, Hamlin on the pole. Denny comes into this race second in the point standings. We'll see what he can do today. Justin Haley and Joey Logano will be starting at the rear of the field, and John Hunter Nemechek seems to be dominant coming into this race today. We'll see what he's got to offer. Here at Chicagoland, we'll see what's going to happen in today's race as the green flag is in the air. We're underway here today. $80 laps in stage 1, another 80 in stage 2, followed by 107 in the final stage of this race. As everybody tries to get up to speed here, 2 by 2. Down the backstretch into turn 3. Hamlin trying to lead the opening lap of the race at the front of the field with his teammate Martin Truex Jr. now looking underneath him off of turn 4. At the start-finish line, Denny Hamlin will lead lap 1. Big push from behind here. Reddick all over the back bumper of the 12 of Blaney. Three wide up there. Harvick was trying to run that outside while Alex Bowman was in the middle. See Daniel Suarez trying to hold down his position in 16th. Jones shifts up the racetrack. Blaney slides underneath him. Now Blaney moves up a little bit on corner exit, and Tyler Reddick will take over the 18th position. Suarez moves high now in front of Eric. Currently, Martin Truex Jr. leads at the front of the field. He led his first lap of the race at the start-finish line. Looked like Ryan Newman was trying to make a pass on him now, going off of turn 2. Blaney tries to transition to the outside of the racetrack. Different line, lost a little bit of ground there. Had to lift a little bit too, that didn't help. Eric Jones, Tyler Reddick still side by side for position. Blaney again back to the bottom. Look at how loose that race car got going into turn 1. Tim Irvin, welcome to the stream. Big run through the tri-oval. Blaney almost made contact with Reddick. Getting into turn one, they came close to one another. Blaney had a big head of steam to the back of the 20 car, just kind of got tight on corner entrance. Now trying to side draft the 8 to his outside down the back stretch. Trying to get underneath the 20 and get to his left rear corner panel now, and he can't quite get there. Jones trying to block Blaney off. They came close to making contact that time into turn one. Blaney trying to hold the bottom. Eric Jones not giving him a lot of room, trying to pinch him. Blaney all clear finally and gets up to 16. Tyler Reddick trying to follow Blaney on through now to get back by Jones once again. So early going of the race here today, already on lap number 8. Gonna be a fun 400 miler, one of the better mile-and-a-half tracks that NASCAR's got to offer. Unfortunately, it wasn't on the schedule this year nor next season. Hopefully one day they can get back to this racetrack. I was here in 2019, which could very well be the last race that NASCAR will have ever raced here at Chicagoland. I hope that's not the case. We'll just have to see in the future and see what the future's got to offer, but it was a fun time. I mean, obviously the last few races here at this track were spectacular. I thought just a great battle between Alex Bowman and Kyle Larson at the end of that race. Of course, everybody knows of the year before in 2018, that heck of a finish between Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson. Blaney down to the apron now, trying to get by William Byron on the front stretch. And barely clears him going off into turn one. Blaney to the outside of the racetrack now. So Blaney trying to get this outside to work around Chicagoland. You can see how much speed he's able to carry down the straightaways. Seems like that's not the best place to be at the beginning of the run, but as the tires start to slowly wear out and the line changes more consistently around the track, not able to keep the grip to run full throttle along the bottom. We'll have to see how this is going to work here today. King, welcome to the stream. And he's barely having to lift right now. It seems like that car is starting to handle pretty well as we get further into the run. Now everybody will have to make a scheduled pit stop at some point in time in this opening stage, as well as stage 2 and stage 3, of course. A little scrape off the wall that time. First minor mishap we've seen from the 12 so far. He's kind of all alone by himself going forward. Thanks, Tim. Was that Tim? That yeah. Thanks, Tim. Yeah, things have definitely spread apart pretty fast, pretty quickly. You don't usually see that with this 550 horsepower package. It really takes a lot longer, but about lap 10, everything was spread apart pretty easily. Even the front of the field saw some great lead changes, great battling for the lead those first couple laps, and things got really spread apart. We'll have to see if that will be the case on later restarts in this race, whether we get more cautions or possible stage breaks as well. It could have very well been just the fact of qualifying maybe shaking things up. Maybe some of the drivers that qualified towards the front weren't necessarily going to have the faster race car, so that might have spread things apart maybe a little quicker than what we anticipated. Yeah, when I was watching the NASCAR Weekly podcast last night, they were talking about Rick Allen and like his mistakes that he makes and stuff like that. And they were like, yeah, he doesn't need to be fired, you know, or something like that. But he's not like the best they have to offer necessarily. And I almost super chatted. I'm like, well, put me in the booth, but no, I didn't do it. That would not be the way I want to get the name out there. No, Patrick Chatterley, welcome to the stream. Alex Bowman, BJ McLeod battling for position. McLeod coming off a top 10 performance at Sonoma, his third top 10 of the year. All on non-super speedway tracks, might I add. Of course, he had one at Phoenix earlier this season. Ran well in the Coke 600 and obviously ran well yesterday. He wasn't really in the top 10 much, but he ended up finishing there at the end of the day. Blaney had to lift quite a bit. He got really tight behind McLeod as he tried to slide up in between him and the 88 of Bowman. Keeps the pass complete on Bowman, luckily. Shows the same line as him again in turns 1 and 2. Carmel Max, welcome to the stream.
Stay low, stay low.
That was a big time pass. Cleared him well before they got into the corner, so Blaney didn't overrun it that time. Pack of about 3 more cars battling for position right around 10th place. Christopher Bell, Kevin Harvick, 2 of those cars. Looks like perhaps Clint Boyer up there as well. Kurt Busch. Looks like he's up in the 9th position. Remember, Kurt qualified 2nd in this race, so he's pretty much fallen back a little bit at the start. Denny Hamlin sat on the pole. How do I screen record? So literally with the PlayStation, obviously I'm doing this off a PS4. If you don't have like a laptop or a PC when I started, I literally go over to, I worded that really weirdly. Okay, so if you hit the PlayStation button, if you got a PlayStation, for instance, you can hold it down where it says broadcast if you have a YouTube channel, which I would assume you probably do if you're commenting on other videos and such. So anyway, you go to that, and if you link it with your PlayStation Network account, you can stream right off of it. As far as videos go, same thing. You just hit the share button, go in there, title it however you want, link it to either Twitch or YouTube. It works for both. If you want to get into this, if you have an Xbox, I don't know how. I've never owned an Xbox, so I wouldn't know. I would assume it's similar step, but with the PS4, I mean, it's pretty simple. Obviously, you just got to have, again, a PlayStation Network account and a YouTube channel. Lap traffic really holding up a couple cars there. 3 wide to the bottom went Blaney to get around Boyer, Harvick, and then he also got around Christopher Bell before that. Justin Haley really held those guys up. There's a giant pack of cars further down the front stretch as well, battling in lap traffic. Blaney tries to get a little bit closer. Down to the bottom of the track, really loose at the bottom. That's another reason why he's running the top. It just seems like that car wants to almost spin out on him on the bottom of the track. But he went down there to make the pass on Kurt Busch. Quickly cleared him for the 9th position. Chase Elliott up here. Kyle Busch as well, struggling in the lap traffic. Back marker cars around them of Chad Fincham, Joey Gase. Looks like Corey LaJoie's up here. Timmy Hill. Big run down the backstretch, and there's all the slower lap cars. Inside of Chase Elliott on corner exit. And Blaney uses the lap car Balicki as a pick to get by Elliott down the front stretch. Now up to the 8th position. Goes the 12 car of Ryan Blaney. Oh, I missed that corner big time. I was paying attention at the chat a little too long there. Elliott almost got to the inside of Blaney again. Blaney throws the block on corner exit. Aggressive block at that. Wheel super sensitive with NASCAR Heat 5. It doesn't collaborate. Yeah, I think that's just the game in general. The NASCAR Heat games in general, I should say. Because it does kind of seem that way with me too. And I think that's why it's easier for me to do these full race live streams and keep the realistic broadcast when I'm using the controller. That's why you see me use it a lot more recently. Big run into turn 3. Another large pack of lap cars. Keselowski was stuck on the outside. Almirola got by on the inside. Blaney washes up behind him. Takes again to the bottom to move up to 6, passing Almirola now down the front stretch. I mean, as far as the tips go, you basically just kind of got to get more practice. I mean, the more practice, the more smoother you are with it. I mean, it's just like anything else. How about John Hunter Nemechek, currently in the top 5 in Front Row Motorsports Equipment? Talked briefly about how he had a fast car in practice. That is the case here today. Still in the top 5 despite the fact Blaney blew right around him there. You really see the long run speed out of the 12 car. It's taken over half the run for him to get to this point right now. Denny Hamlin still in the lead, but he's got Martin Truex Jr. and Ryan Newman not too far behind him as well. You might have too loose of a setup too if it just spins out on you that frequent. Or the steering wheel's broken. I mean, it could be a bunch of different things. Without me physically being able to see it, it's kind of hard to dictate, you know, what you could be doing or not doing correctly. Close to the wall, Blaney got that time. Didn't hit it though. Carrying as much speed as he can now down the front stretch with that momentum. Over 30 laps complete. No cautions up to this point. We only had 2 cautions per incident at Sonoma yesterday. Pretty quiet day. Both cautions were in the final half of the race in the last 55 laps. Big run again by Blaney, looking low underneath Ryan Newman for 3rd. He's got it. Right behind Truex. Truex now looks high on Denny Hamlin. Blaney underneath them both. Down to the apron. Hamlin leads at the line, but Blaney is going for the lead and clears Hamlin into turn 1. So Ryan Blaney to the lead. It'll be another lead change at the start-finish line this time, and at lap 35, he will have led his first lap of the race. pick and choose game of where the traffic will go, corner after corner, lap after lap, and Blaney has been playing the game perfectly, working his way through this traffic despite a looser race car. Some of that might be the rear bumper damage to the race car as well. No intentions of having any sort of changes to the adjustment of the car at the pit stop during this first stage. That pit window is open for drivers to make it on fuel to the end of the stage as well. We're almost halfway already. Just 45 laps to go in stage 1. Barely turn the wheel. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's either just a steering wheel issue, or, you know, with, like you were saying, with the calibration being off, or I should say messed up on, and not like completely turned off, but it's just basically non-existent. I'm not much of a tech guy, so I wouldn't really know much of how to kind of fix that kind of an issue. The wheel's 3 years old. Yeah, I mean, it could just be, you know, old, beat down. That's definitely possible. I've had mine for a little bit, and it seems like it's now getting to the point where, like, if I race a road course, it doesn't quite shift like it used to. Sometimes it, like, doesn't. It has to take a couple. I have the paddle shifters on mine. I'm almost at that point where I need to get a new one. I can still get some use out of it on the ovals. I mean, I've had it. Yeah, I've had mine for about 3 years. Almost. Blaney has pulled out to a 5-second lead. Ryan Newman has taken over second place, followed by Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch round out the top 5. And we are halfway now in stage 1. Cross flags in the air there. Yeah, there you go. Christmas right around the corner. Get a new one then. Definitely works. Probably find something on sale too. About a quarter of the tire run still to go for Ryan Blaney. And again, no cautions up to this point. In a while tomorrow, we're going to have a scheduled double header on the channel. Both races will be NASCAR Heat 5. We'll run our Truck Series race at Iowa, and then we will also run the Truck Series race at Chicagoland a little bit later in the day. Or maybe back-to-back. I'm not entirely sure. Not entirely sure how I'm going to do it. But the first stream will start off tomorrow right about 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll probably run them back-to-back. But yeah, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Truck Series doubleheader on NASCAR Heat 5. Iowa and then Chicagoland. how many drivers Ryan Blaney has put a lap down already in this one. Bowman and McLeod already went a lap down. A 9-second lead has been built as well. It's amazing the long run speed in this 12 car. It's almost kind of like that rear bumper damage could be helping him out a little bit. Car's a little loose, but it's still drivable, especially on that outside lane. Could be gripping up really nicely, making it a lot easier to turn. You don't want too tight of a car, or otherwise you can't really run the outside of the racetrack. And a track like this where it actually benefits you to run the high side. Getting that run down the straightaways with the progressive banking. Little bit worn out surface. Not much, but it does make a huge difference. Jeffrey Dunn, welcome to the stream. Johnson's last ride in NASCAR. Yeah, I mean, obviously it was a forgetful season as far as the whole COVID pandemic and him missing the playoffs. And, you know, wrecking out of races where he's had great equipment and had a chance to, you know, even all things considered, if he didn't miss that race at Indy, if he didn't just get disqualified at the Coke 600, he would have made it. I mean, there's so many different, you know, scenarios there. If he just would have not wrecked at Darlington and would have just won the stage, he would have been to the good. He would have made it. So, yeah, I mean, but again, season as a whole, definitely not the way you want to go out, but it's always good to see a top 5 finish and your team wins the championship. Not your actual, you know, race team, but the team you're driving for. So yeah, that was pretty cool to see, for sure. I mean, exactly like they stated on the broadcast, it could have very well been a passing of the torch situation. We'll just have to see. It's tough to call that in the, you know, in the time of things. That's something you could really look back on, and then going forward, where everything is gone. Caution's out for the first time today. Almost 50 laps in the books. At lap 49, in fact, at the timing of the yellow. And we're going to see some pit stops here under caution. These will be the scheduled pit stops for the final stage. Nobody short pitted there. No adjustments for the 12 team. And the free pass will go to BJ McLeod in 14th. Yeah, yeah. So Blaney wins the race off pit road. Hamlin second, jumped the spot up there on Ryan Newman. Now we'll see what the short run speed for this 12 car can do now that he's at the front of the field and restarting inside front row. Green flag back in the air, just 29 laps to go in stage number 1. Oh boy. Ryan Newman with a heck of a restart. Denny Hamlin got freight trained on the outside, restarted second. He's back to about 7th or 8th place already. Going down into turn 3. Blaney trying to hook the bottom of the racetrack. Ryan Newman has a run on him now off that middle lane. Kyle Busch to the bottom underneath Newman for second. And as they go off into turn 1, Blaney loose on the bottom. Kyle Busch up the middle, trying to get to the lead. What a move, 3 wide up the middle between Blaney and Newman. And Elliott on the bottom of the track, trying to help his guy out on the bottom. Sid is just holding up the 9 of Elliott, 3 wide still off the exit of the corner underneath Hamlin and Almirola. Truex now going for second on Newman. As Kyle Busch tries to hold the outside lane, Newman looks to the middle. Comes Keselowski to the back bumper of his teammate now, down the back straightaway. Newman to the inside of Busch for the lead. Keselowski just shot the 12 car Blaney up the racetrack. And they're 4 wide down the front stretch. Kurt Busch to the bottom. Elliott Blaney in the middle. Keselowski was on the top. How did they make it through there? Off of turn 4, 4 wide, and none of them even made contact. That was a very treacherous situation. Luckily, they got it sorted out before they got off into turn 1. Kyle Busch trying to cross Newman over to get back to the lead, perhaps. Harvick, Bowyer side by side for 11th behind the 10th place car of Blaney. Harvick to the inside of Blaney as Blaney goes high. Bowyer straight to that back bumper again. Giving Blaney a shot. Blaney takes that push to the inside of Bell for 11th. That back bumper has just been getting beaten down by these cars behind Blaney. Bowyer now looks to the outside, trying to side draft that right rear corner panel. Blaney down to the bottom, washes up the racetrack. Bowyer, nowhere to go behind him. Look at Kenseth on the outside. Oh man, Blaney about got turned by Bowyer. He's hooked on him and can't get off of him. Down the front stretch, Logano was there. Heavy contact as that slows all three of them down. A lot of ground lost there by all three drivers, Logano, Bowyer, and Blaney. Nowhere to go, and Blaney is dropping like a rock on this restart, and there's not many laps left to try and make it back up to the end of stage 1. He's going to want a shot to win the stage. Couple instances, 4 wide, and then that 3 wide incident there where I had no clue they were even 3 wide, and the 12 and the 14 just got hooked on one another. Some breathing room behind Eric Jones for the 12 if he files in line there. Still trying to get the outside lane to work. It was coming to him late in that last run. But is he going to have enough time to get back up there as he lost too much ground already? Caution could obviously change and shake things up as well. And again, 8 people watching currently right now. Subscribe if you haven't already for more daily NASCAR content, such as these full race live streams with a realistic broadcast. Helps me out a ton in my young broadcasting career. So, just want to slide that in there. Again, I've been consistent with trying to say it throughout the course of the stream. I tried to get it across at least 3 or 4 times. So, there was the second time. Evenly space it out, of course. Eric Jones just got around William Byron. That was actually for position. Both of those drivers are a lap down. Blaney got tight in line there. Had to get out of the gas. He got that air blockage. These tall rear spoilers and the high downforce. Gives them a healthy draft down the straightaways with this package. But man, the corners, it just makes a lot of these race cars, majority of the time, just want to shove straight up the racetrack. See it time and time again. And he trying to cross over William Byron underneath of Alex Bowman as well. Trying to make a move, and he gets right back to the outside in front of Alex Bowman. Bowman trying to give him a shot. What a move by Byron, crossing over both Blaney and Bowman. Blaney's got a huge head of steam from the push from Alex, plus the run off the outside. He pulls Alex and shoots right back by the 24 car again. And again, William Byron down to the inside. Side by side between the two down the front stretch. Blaney in 13th all alone. Not the final car in the lead lap, but he is the last car of those that did not get the free pass under the caution. And again, running out of time, even just to get stage points in this opening stage. He's 8.5 seconds off the lead, but Even for him to get into the top 10, he's got a little bit of work cut out for him. Tries to cross back over on Eric Jones. Joseph, welcome to the stream. Every little battle with every one of these lap cars too is also slowing Blaney down just enough. The side drafting going on. 15 to go in stage 1. It's going to be interesting. It took him 34 laps to get to the lead earlier. We restarted with 29 to go. But he had better track position on the restart too, so we'll have to see how this is going to shake out. If he can get there. Ethan, welcome to the stream also. Blaney just trying to squeeze there. That was a bad idea. That upset the car too. Trying to get to the outside of Tyler Reddick. Cut his momentum down for a quick moment. Now in the draft of Kenseth down the front stretch. Kenseth gives up the top to maybe let the 12 car get up there. Knowing Kenseth is a lap down right now. Kenseth trying to get to that free pass position as well. He's got to catch the 15th place car to do that by the end of stage 1 to get back on the lead lap. Kenseth had an abysmal effort at Sonoma yesterday in our race. He's running at the back all day, finished 37th. Multiple laps down too. So he's looking for a bounce back performance here. He did not need that, being one of the drivers on the playoff bubble. Boyer as well did not have a very stellar run. Also on the bubble, he finished outside the top 20, ran there all day, scoring 0 stage points. He's battling Joey Logano. Logano's actually the first car 1 lap down currently, so he's trying to stay in the free pass position. And that's holding him up quite a bit too. Blaney's catching both those guys in a hurry, and obviously if he gets around Boyer, that'll be for 12. Billy Kramer, welcome to the stream. And he's just going to give Logano a push here going off into turn 3. Joey pulled up right in front of him there halfway down the backstretch. Kind of stalled out the 12 car a little bit. Still carries enough momentum to clear Boyer off of turn 4. 10 laps to go in stage 1 here at Chicagoland. Christopher Bell riding the bottom. And Blaney's closing back in on him. I think Blaney could get to the top 10 if it stays green. Harvick's 2.5 seconds roughly ahead of him, just less than that, in 10th. I think the 12 car can get some sort of stage points, but again, that's a good thing he had that max points day yesterday, because he's going to lack stage points here in stage 1 perhaps. And Denny Hamlin obviously is ahead of him with speed. Hamlin's been in the top 3 basically all day outside of having a bad restart. Under the lone caution we've had in this stage. And again, Hamlin started on the pole, so we know he's got speed. Look at that train of about 4 cars on the outside. I think there's a lap car leading that train that's kind of clogging up the lead lap cars. This could be a couple more positions by stage end for Blaney, trying to get every point he can, so he can hopefully keep the regular season points lead at the end of this race today. Harvick now stuck behind Haley, and caution will fly with very minimal laps left in stage 1. So a caution comes out with just 6 laps to go in stage 1. This is going to set up a late race restart here to decide the stage win. Ryan Newman was in the lead, and he did not want to see that caution. Blaney's going to pit here. He's going to be the only driver of the lead lap cars to pit. Free pass will go to Joey Logano in 15th. That might give the free pass to somebody else at the stage break, whoever would be in 16th as well. As this caution will not end the stage, but it will create one heck of a finish to stage 1. Let me tell you here, Blaney on 4 fresh tires, and he's only going to be coming from 14th. Does he have enough time to get there? Here we go. This is going to be fun. So this has bailed him out, giving him at least a shot to win the stage. Better shot than what he would have had, of course, because what he would have had was not a shot at all. Green flag back in the air. Just 3 laps to go in stage 1. Blaney quickly to the bottom of the track. Trying to get underneath the 78, but he couldn't do it. Blaney did not take off on the restart. Now he's got to run. But not really a whole lot to go with it. Look at them. 3 by 3 up here at the front of the field. Nemechek sandwiched in the middle between Kurt Busch and Eric Almirola. 2 laps to go in the stage. Blaney to the inside. They're 4 wide down the front stretch. 12 car trying to gain as much ground as he can. Now underneath Elliott. Sideways on the bottom, but he's hanging it in there. Clean pass on both Hamlin and Elliott. Blaney now back to the outside. Oh, he brushed the wall. That's going to cost him a little bit of time as well. A hiccup going into turn 3. Truex to the inside of Kyle Busch for second. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go this time by. They're 3 wide for second place as Newman trying to hold on in front of the field. That run Blaney had off the top there down the front stretch. Trying to do it again through turns 1 and 2. Truex underneath him on the bottom. Newman is a sitting duck at the front of the field. Here comes the 12 of Blaney for the lead. Ryan Blaney to the lead in turns 3 and 4. And Blaney will steal stage 1 at Chicago. Wow. Wild finish to stage 1 on a late race restart. Blaney takes advantage of the 4 fresh tires and wins stage 1 in dramatic fashion on a last lap pass of Ryan Newman. Actually, it went from about 4th to 1st on that final lap. And he's just going to come back down, top off. He's going to pit for 4 tires here. It's not really going to do much if he had 3 lap older tires. Not at this racetrack, at least. And that might have been a bad decision because Ryan Newman wins the race off pit road, giving him the bottom and preferred lane on the restart. So green flag will be back in the air anyway. Newman did not win the stage. He finished second, but he will lead the field to the green in stage 2. That was after really very minimal takeoff speed by Blaney on that last restart. Look at him trying to side draft the 6 of Newman. Trying to get the pole off of turn 2. Can he clear Ryan Newman down the back straightaway? Yes, he does. On the outside, Blaney to the lead. And he'll lead the opening lap of stage 2 now. Trying to hold on to the bottom. Look at the run. We have seen nothing but crazy restarts in this race today. Truex got tight going into turn 3. Now up the middle between Hamlin and Blaney. Not a lot of room there. Elliott underneath the Blaney. Contact between the 2. Oh, more contact. Nemechek gets sideways in the corner and into the wall. Followed by Boyer. Harvick collected. Caution will fly. They were 3 wide and tight. Blaney got pushed. Down the front stretch going into one by Keselowski, and there was contact on the bottom between Blaney and Nemechek, and that will bring out our second caution of the race. Yeah, again, no tire limit for the Cup Series. That is what allowed me to make that move at the end of Stage 1. Only have the tire limit in the Xfinity and Truck Series. Otherwise, I would not have pitted under Stage 1. At the end of Stage 1 there. So caution will fly. Second caution for incident today. Luckily, more cars weren't collected. Nemechek got in the wall, but it didn't look like he hit it too hard, but it definitely stacked him up, and there was a reason for there being a caution. Couldn't quite completely make the save in the center of the corner. So the green flag back in the air again. And again, Blaney gets to the bottom, but I guess he's going to be able to try and cross Hamlin over with that move. Washes up the track a little bit. 3 wide to the bottom himself again underneath Chase Elliott. Kyle Busch for third. Truex perhaps going for the lead underneath Ryan Newman. He is there. Elliott with a run up the middle himself. Kind of sitting behind both of them. He's going to go with Truex. Now back up behind Hamlin. Should say behind Newman. Denny Hamlin is bump drafting Blaney currently. Give him a huge shot down the back straightaway. Truex still trying to clear the 6 of Newman. Hamlin still stuck behind the 12 of Blaney. Look at Christopher Bell working the outside. He's up to the top 5. He's been slowed up a little bit in the last couple races, but don't forget he had that hot streak going for him. Off to a good start today. Oh, car high, car low. Keselowski in line behind Harvick as Blaney got shuffled out. It was like Daytona there. He got right in the sucker hole. Almirola pushing Blaney up the track. Nemechek trying to get back in the top 10. Logano now stuck behind his teammate. And again, Blaney, like we've seen today, starting to fade backwards on a short run. Barely tapping that apron. That's really upsetting the race car. It doesn't take much to miss your marks, even on a cookie cutter mile-and-a-half racetrack, as you're seeing here with the 12 car right now. Could be struggling back in traffic as well. Could obviously be a factor. Trying to work his way in the draft of the 22, and it actually seems like the 12 of Blaney is able to stick with these guys a lot quicker than what he did at the end of that first stage, before we got the last caution, of course. And by the way, I said it was our second caution for incident when Nemechek got in the wall. That was actually our third caution for incident. We had 2 of them in stage 1. One at about lap 50, just prior to lap 50, and then one with just a few laps left in the stage. And obviously the Nemechek almost saved and got into the wall, stacking a couple cars up behind him. At the beginning of this stage, wow, that was a big moment. Off of turn 2, Blaney about slid right up into his teammate Logano. 12 car just kind of a little loose on corner exit. Gamer Playboy, welcome to the stream.
Hold your line, stay high. Inside. Clear that one.
And he seemed like he was in the gas a lot more through turns 3 and 4 than a lot of these other drivers as he gets to the inside of John Hunter Nemechek on corner exit. Maybe looking up the middle now between Kurt Busch and Nemechek. Door opens up all of a sudden. Oh, and he squeezes his way in there. Contact heavily. Keselowski. Blaney gets shot down the track. Back up the track and into the wall. Bowyer goes around down the back straightaway. And a caution will fly after an ugly sequence of events. Already our 4th caution of the race. And that time that was on Blaney for threading the needle when he probably shouldn't have. William Byron will get the free pass back in 20th. Couple cars pitting, BJ McLeod, Matt Kenseth. I'm surprised Bowyer isn't pitting. He got a large portion of that damage. Blaney's going to hit pit road as well. I caused the caution, so I'm not pitting for tires or fuel. Just repair the damage while it's under 5 seconds. Ryan Newman will restart in the lead with Truex to his outside. So a couple guys on fresh tires here. Kenseth and McLeod, we'll see how they can cut through the field here. That will be an advantage because we do have a decent amount of laps on our tires. Green flag laps worth just under 15 in this stage. Green flag back in the air once again. 2 early cautions in stage 2. Heck of a restart there by Blaney. Look at the moves. 3 wide. BJ McLeod just kind of following him right up in there. And quickly, Blaney's right back to Bowyer and Keselowski. Massive push. Oh, Logano almost pulled a late block on his teammate. Huge run after that shot from BJ McLeod. Nemechek all over the back of the 12 car. McLeod going all the way to the outsiders. They're 3x3 down the back straightaway again. Meanwhile, Denny Hamlin is going for the lead on Ryan Newman. Big run by Kurt Busch. Trying to help the 12 car out. Look at this. 3 wide even in front of these guys for 3rd. Truex, Elliott, Almirola. Oh, Almirola shook up the track. Blaney almost took it 4 wide. He couldn't quite keep the momentum up. There's still 3 wide down the back. Everybody's got room to race. Blaney 4 wide to the bottom. That time he got there. Into turn 3. It is tight. This is about the 3rd or 4th time we've seen 4 wide racing already today. Nobody is clear yet. There's still 3 wide. Blaney finally clear. It's still the 9, the 10, and the 19 are all 3 wide still for position. McLeod, Busch caught behind him. Hamlin still on the inside of Newman for the lead. Blaney trying to block Truex back for 3rd. Newman goes high. Hamlin in the middle. Trying to side draft off the 6 car. Right off that left rear corner panel. They're still side by side. And Blaney is running them down because of it. Hamlin all the way to the bottom that time. Slide job up the racetrack through 1 and 2. Can he clear the 6? Not yet. The 6 of Newman still there. Blaney again to the bottom. 3 wide for the lead into turn 3. Hamlin clears Newman, but Blaney is underneath him now, trying to clear Hamlin himself, and he does at the line with an aggressive block. Hamlin goes low to block Newman. Blaney with a lead change at the line has taken the lead. McLeod, meanwhile, up to 4th behind him on fresh tires. And Hamlin tries to hold off Newman still for 2nd. I think BJ McLeod might have the better of the top 4 cars with those fresh tires. Blaney's got the clean air advantage now. He's starting to slowly walk away. Something that's seemingly helped his car the very few times he's had it. What a race. Been exciting throughout. Hamlin trying to hold off McLeod on the outside, who is also outside of Newman himself right now. Blaney goes high, trying to make up a little bit more ground perhaps. 3 wide for 2nd place. McLeod up the middle between Newman and Hamlin. Still trying to hold it. Might have a battle for the lead once again here. McLeod can get up there. Matt Kenseth's worked his way up to 5th also on fresh tires. Trey, welcome to the stream. BJ McLeod goes high, Blaney to the bottom. They kind of swap the lines. Kenseth, meanwhile, moves up to 3rd, passing his former teammate, Ryan Newman. Teammate for less than a year, really, at Roush Fenway back in 2018 when... Or no, they weren't teammates. Never mind. Now that I think about it, Newman was obviously not there yet. He would have been there in 2019. Ooh, Blaney got a little tight. Had to lift a little more than what he wanted. Kenseth now back to the outside of the racetrack. He had a big run on BJ McLeod. They get to racing with each other. That could allow Blaney to help. Those tires will even out eventually. By side for 2nd. I think the 42 Kenseth definitely looks a little bit faster at this point in the race. He's struggling in turns 3 and 4 for some reason. That's the 2nd lap in a row. He's kind of gotten out of the gas a little more than I think he wanted to. Breaks the draft on the 42 down to the bottom. Kenseth is gaining ground and he is all over the back of him. But he hasn't been able to clear the 78 car yet. He came close going into turn 1. Now he gets the run down the back and he finally clears the 78 into turn 3. Kenseth looking a little bit to the inside of Blaney, can't quite get there, and the 78 went to follow the 42. Big run by Kenseth. Inside of Blaney for the lead. Side by side now down the back. Blaney got a little bit better of a run and clears him again going into turn 3. Another big run. McLeod all the way to the bottom near the white line. Blaney hasn't allowed the 42 to clear him yet. And they'll still be side by side going off into turn 1. Blaney seems to be a little better in 1 and 2, but Kenseth blows by him on the bottom. Blaney barely holds off McLeod on corner exit, but look at the run off the top Blaney got. Oh, and he messed it up going into turn 3. He gets into the wall. And that stacks up to 78, who wanted to take the outside behind him. Kenseth couldn't really pull away, though. Surprised Blaney still had that good of a run on corner exit. Fake slow goes high. Oh, contact. He got into Kenseth. Blaney's in the wall. Kenseth sideways. Kenseth trying to save it, and he did. My goodness. All 3 cars still nose to tail. How did they keep it going out of that? Then he got a little loose, and now McLeod looks underneath of Blaney for 2nd. Can't clear him there. Just past halfway through the tire run for the drivers that did not pit under the last caution, which is a large majority of the field. First lap car of the run also coming up soon. Kenson taking the air off of Blaney's car, running the outside. Blaney consistent with the top. Trying to use the draft, though, on corner exit. Maybe work to his advantage a little bit. Look at how much time he gained down on the bottom there. Kenseth had a huge run into turn 1. Justin Haley stays low, letting the leaders battle it out. Kenseth ran that protective middle line that time. A lot more ground before the next lap car. Might be a little bit. Blaney, again, fake slow, goes high. Last time they made contact, that time it was clean. Kenseth carries so much speed on the bottom. Look at that slide job, slides right back up in front of the 12. Giving the 12 a little bit of ground on the top side. Look at the run. Off into turn 3. Kenseth still battling down low. Blaney still on the top. Lead change at the line. 12 car back out in front again. And clears the 42 of Kenseth before they get into turn 1 this time. Kenseth sticking with the bottom. Blaney sticking with the top. Kenseth got a big run that time. Blaney seems a little better in 1 and 2. And Kenseth couldn't stay alongside of him down the backstretch. Wasn't able to use the side draft to his advantage there. Awesome race up to this point. A lot of comers and goers. A lot of battling for the lead. Whether it's over the course of a long run or a short run. And obviously the crazy restarts to go along with it on the short runs. We haven't seen green flag pit stops yet. One of the few things we haven't seen up to this point. McLeod's starting to slowly catch up to Kenseth. He's a couple car lengths behind him. Kenseth got caught behind a couple lap cars back there. We're going to alternate to the different camera angles for the first time in this race today. For about the next dozen laps or so. Do this a couple times every race. If you're unfamiliar with the channel. And caution will wave once again, 5th time today. Looks like McLeod and Kenseth will stay out of the pits. Remember, they can make it to the end from when that last caution came out, but you're going to see a large portion of the lead lap cars come to pit road this time. Maybe they'll top off. But it looks like they're going to stick to their strategy and restart on the front row. Kevin Harvick, the cause of the caution, it looks like. Daniel Suarez will get the free pass in 20th, and Kevin Harvick, unfortunately, might be done for the day. He's sitting top 5 in the point standings after Sonoma, so that could be bad for him if he wants to get back in that regular season title hunt as well. Blaney wins the race off pit road, but again, he'll restart third. McLeod will actually restart ahead of Kenseth. He passed him right before the caution. So green flag will be back in the air again. And here we go. We've seen crazy restarts up to this point. What's going to happen here? Blaney trying to get underneath the 78. I got held up slightly. Oh, hasn't cleared him yet. They almost made contact. Kyle Busch choosing right behind the 78 car instead. Blaney slides up the track going into turn 3. Look at Chase Elliott up the middle. What a move. And now he's going for the lead underneath Blaney. What a move by Chase Elliott to the front of the field. Blaney goes down to block the 22 of Logano, gives him a shot. Logano now underneath the 12. And Chase Elliott to the front. '78 to 42 kind of stalled out the restart, I think, with those few faster cars a little bit further back. Blaney just already quickly going to the top, just trying to stay out of everybody's way. Again, we know how crazy these restarts have been up to this point here today, and he's trying to mind his own business. And 78 and the 42 are side by side back there. They were going 3 wide behind them and alongside as one of the other drivers tried to skim on by. And how about Tyler Reddick? Was running just inside the top 20 at the beginning of the day. He is going to get around Blaney for 8th place, it looks like here. Denny Hamlin was going to go in between the 8 and the 12, and he didn't have enough room. That is someone who has just had terrible luck on the restarts, as he's barely inside the top 10. He was leading a lot of laps back in stage 1 from the pole. Since he's lost that track position, it's been tough for him to get right back up to the front again. We'll see if he can make a late charge here in stage 2. Blaney knocked outside the top 10 after Bowman got around him. Similar situation for Bowman. Remember, he was outside the top 15 a lap down earlier in the race, and now he has worked himself in the top 10. Boyer trying to run him down after getting around the 12 car as well. Blaney minding his own business. He knows those tires will come to life eventually. Ellis trying to hold his own. Mr. Bell was in the top 5 for a brief moment. He's now back outside the top 10 again, back in 13th. So again, just goes to show how many comers and goers we've really had today. Tough to tell who really has the fastest car. Entirely. We know Blaney's got the fastest long run car, but it takes him so long to get to the front. When he has... Keselowski now trying to pass his teammate for position. Next closest lead lap car is William Byron back in 15th. And he's about 2.5 to 3 seconds behind the 2 and the 12, so he likely won't get up here at all. Kurt Busch is also back there with William Byron. 7 people watching currently. Thanks for everybody tuning in here on a Friday evening. Subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. We do these full race live streams with a realistic broadcast every day. Doubleheader actually coming tomorrow. Truck Series action will be starting at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, doubleheader there. We'll run at Iowa for that full-length truck race, and then we will run Chicagoland immediately after, so that'll be a fun Saturday evening. Again, even sticking with this during the off season for NASCAR, keep you guys occupied until next season. Michael Turner, welcome to the stream. Stick with the normal camera at least to the end of stage 2 here. Already just 22 to go in stage 2. We are past the halfway mark today as well. It's just insane how fast this race is going despite the 5 cautions. But I guess, you know what they say, time flies when you're having fun. We've been having a lot of fun here today. Very, very enjoying. Oh, Blaney got in the back of the 88 of Bowman. Bowman scraped the wall. It's like Timmy Hill's coming to pit road. I don't know if that was scheduled or not. That's going to cost the 88 and the 12 some time there. Side draft Bowman there a little bit. Oh, a little contact. Yeah, Bowman may be repaying the favor a little bit. A little shot to the back of Blaney's car. Look at that lap traffic just clogging everything up. Remember, Blaney won stage 1 on pit strategy with a late race caution in stage 1. We'll see if he can get the long run speed to work his way to the front here in stage 2. Just 19 laps to go. He is definitely running out of time. Congratulations on that doubleheader win, by the way, Michael. Yeah, I haven't done much of the Dirt Series racing on Heat 5. Heat 4, or no, Heat 3 was the first year of it, I think. I did a lot then. I did a little bit on Heat 4, but kind of ran its course. It just felt weird in a NASCAR game. It was fun at first when it was new. There's other dirt games out there that I think just do a little bit better job. Some older ones in particular, but Blaney working his way up slowly but surely. Not too far behind, really 10th place. Boyer's less than a second ahead of him, but he'll next be trying to work on Christopher Bell in 11th. Good battle for 10th between all three of these guys, the 14, the 12, and the 95. And now Bell gets underneath the Boyer. Blaney to the outside as they try to split him 3 wide down the front stretch. Going off into turn 1. Boyer not going to work that middle lane out very well, but Blaney and Bell still stay side by side. Blaney the run off the top. Too much for Bell to overcome. And now Christopher moves up to the outside. A little further back behind him, and Boyer's trying to cross him over back to the bottom. Keselowski just got around Joey Logano for 8th. See the 3 Penske cars, 8th, 9th, and 10th. And he gave a shot to his teammate Joey Logano that time. Keselowski caught the lap car of McDonald. A terrible spot off of turn 4 on the bottom as well. Look at the ground he's going to lose. Blaney with a full head of steam looking to his outside. Wow, Eric Jones has really faded too. He's back in 25th. Had a great comeback performance just to get back up to finishing 11th yesterday at Sonoma. He's going to need more of that same effort today if he's going to want to have a good finish here. Luckily for Jones, he does have one win this season. Remember, he won the Daytona 500 at the start of the year, so at least his playoff spot is already solidified. Obviously, he'd like to finish a little better in the regular season standings. Playoff points are awarded for the top 10. And again, a large amount of lap traffic with a decent amount of lead lap cars not too far off in the distant future. Blaney is just under 6 seconds off the lead. Will be coming to 11 laps to go in the stage this time by. It's going to be a lot closer on whether or not he can get to the lead here in stage 2 without a caution versus stage 1. Stage 1, it seemed like it took his car a lot longer to come to life. Stage 2, it's been a little different story. It seems like he hasn't had to wait as long. Really, we've seen that over the course of the day. Well, 3 wide action going on up there as well. Saw Eric Almirola moving right in between a couple lap cars. Denny Hamlin still trying to inch his way forward in 7th. 10 to go now in the stage. Blaney to the outside of Priest. Oh, a little contact. A little costly. Every second so precious. Haley moves out of Blaney's way, letting him run the top side again. And Matt Kenseth and BJ McLeod have already fallen a lap down on those old tires on the restart. They did not get bailed out with a caution like they were hoping. And Kenseth, in order to go behind Chastain, Hamlin was likely going to get around him anyway, but it made his job easier. A 12 car on hot pursuit right behind him. Blaney to the inside. He's going to clear Hamlin before they even get into turn 3. John Hunter Nemechek, again, a huge shout out. Remember, he got into the wall at the beginning of the stage off a crazy restart. Has worked himself back into the top 5. He was running there for a large part of stage 1. Nemechek's had just a solid day. Well, that was a huge move. Let's get around Almirola for the 12 car. Now to the outside of John Hunter Nemechek. He's going to get up to 5th pretty quickly. Nemechek fighting hard on the bottom, though. Blaney hasn't cleared him yet. Chase Elliott, Ryan Newman within reach. 7 to go, stage 2. Time is running out to try and get that next playoff point. This has got the making to be an exciting finish to the stage, much like stage 1, but this time we won't need a restart to do it. 12 car is moving. He almost got the wall there. He had to lift. Still about 3.5 seconds off the lead. 6 to go this time by. Spending a little extra time to get by Chase Elliott. Big side draft down the front stretch. He's doing everything he can to get up there as quickly as possible. Trying to slow the 9 car down. Maybe even trap him behind the 62 just a little bit. And now Ryan Newman on the top side right in front of Blaney. Blaney ran just a tad bit higher, plus the 66 on the bottom could have slowed the 6 down as well. 5 to go on the stage, Blaney up to P3. Martin Truex Jr. has a 1 second lead on Kyle Busch. And he is caught behind a lap car. And Busch is gaining ground, and so is Blaney in the 12. But now Blaney caught behind Fincham off of turn 4. Had to check up. 4 to go, stage 2. Oh, we got a problem. Car smoking on the inside of the track. Chris Buescher in the 17. That checked up Kyle Busch and a large portion of the field back behind him that are already going 3 wide. We stay green, 3 to go in stage 2. That checked up Truex as well. Blaney just kind of shot right in there. Blaney in the wall off of turn 2. Big mistake there. Truex back down to the bottom again. Score to be settled between the top 2. The caution didn't come out there. I think we're going to stay green to the end of the stage now. Big run by Blaney off the top. 2 to go. Suarez on the bottom. Almost pulled up into the 12. 19 of Truex was stuck right behind him. Blaney holds clear off of turn 2. A little bit of help again. It was going to be interesting to see if he was going to catch him before that point. Made the job a little easier. And despite not leading a whole lot of laps tonight, Ryan Blaney is looking to sweep the first 2 stages of the race at Chicagoland. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go now in stage 2. Still a third of the race remaining. Again, just exciting up to this point. Can't ask for better action here on the channel on a Friday evening nonetheless. Hopefully you're enjoying your early weekend. Off of turn 4, green white checkered flag in the air. Blaney, your stage 2 winner. Pit stops now at the end of the stage. And the free pass to Daniel Suarez in 17th at the stage break as well. Had 5 cautions for incident today, and we are rolling into the final stage already here tonight. Look on the upper left-hand corner of the screen as well to see who all scored stage points in stage 2 through the top 10 positions. Wow, so Blaney loses 2 spots on pit road there. Mark Truex Jr. wins the race out of the pits.
Be ready.
Here we go again. Green flag back in the air. We've got 104 laps to go. Ooh, a little contact. 6 on the 12. And the 19 of Truex is able to hold on to the lead. Nemechek just kind of followed Blaney in there. He's going to give him a shot down the back straightaway, trying to help him out as they were losing momentum from the cars on the outside. Look at Nemechek up the middle. I think he made contact with Newman in the left rear. Almirola up there now. They're 3 wide again. Blaney had those left side tires all the way on the apron. He didn't really have much of anywhere else to go. Hamlin's trying to squeeze up the middle. Keselowski again to the bottom behind Blaney. Newman going for the lead underneath Truex. Kyle Busch again waiting in the wings right behind him. Oh, contact. A 1 on the 12. Heavily lost ground that time by the 12. Kurt Busch obviously lost a lot of ground there too. And he's still getting pushed down the front stretch. Ooh, 3 wide all of a sudden. Kenza somehow got to the outside of the 24 of Byron. I think Byron might be holding all these guys up. Bowman shot Blaney on the bottom right underneath him as well. And Byron really had nowhere to go for the moment. Already just 99 laps to go. Bowman slides right underneath the 12. Blaney getting a push from... Yeah, I've had this steering wheel for about 3 years, almost. Kind of talked about it briefly in the stream tonight. I've talked about it before, occasionally. But yeah, I mean, it enhances the gaming aspect of it, for sure. I've never used one for a console outside of the PS4, though, so I guess I wouldn't know with that realm. So Kyle Busch in the lead at the timing of the caution. Nobody's going to hit pit road there. Well, it looks like Byron, Kurt Busch, everybody from 16th on back might have hit pit road. Blaney stays out. Large portion of the leaders stay out. Green flag back in the air. Still 95 laps to go. Good restart by Blaney, getting quickly in front of the 88 of Bowman. That outside just does not take off well in the restart. Outside of the one time Blaney was able to use the top to get to the lead. Look at the damage on the front of Suarez's car. My goodness. Surprised he took off as good as he did. Blaney on the brakes there to the back of the 22. Trying to check up in time. A little contact as Logano was sideways. That contact, though, might have saved Logano from spinning. Truex to the lead. They're trying to go forward to the inside of his teammate. And he going up the track trying to block the one of Kurt Busch. Kurt to the outside of the 12. Got a little bit fresher tires. Man, Blaney really just chopped him off of turn 4 again. Trying to get that car to slide up right in front of him. Not sure who brought out that last caution, but obviously came out for incident somewhere around the racetrack. Kurt Busch on those 4 fresh tires. Again, just trying to use that to his advantage. They're still side by side for the lead up there between Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch. Reddick giving Blaney a shot after Blaney got around him for position. Blaney underneath the other rookie of Christopher Bell in the 95. Christian Harvey, welcome to the stream. Oh, Boyer down to block the 12. Got a huge shot from him too, and that's going to close Boyer to the back bumper of Nemechek in the 38. Blaney to the outside. Sent Boyer for position. Somehow, despite Truex constantly trying to go to the bottom to get around Busch, Busch just had so much momentum on the top, he was able to stay in front of Martin Truex Jr. So he holds on to the lead up there. Blaney going to give Boyer a shot there through the tri-oval. Trying to help him out to maybe get to the inside of the 38 car. Big run, and now Blaney to the outside of Clint. And the 38 of Nemechek goes down to block Boyer in the 14. Denny Hamlin trying to work his way back up there. He's in third. He's looking to go after second place on his JGR, teammate of Martin Truex Jr. at the front of the field. 9 people currently watching. Thanks for everybody tuning in here Friday evening. Some NASCAR Heat 5 full race live stream action. You get this on the daily with the realistic broadcasts. Again, starting out my young broadcasting career. So I'll be out on a journey to one day becoming the broadcaster in the NASCAR realm for real races. So obviously that would be my dream. You guys have helped me out a ton up to that point with the subscribers, the viewers watching. Again, just a young journey up to this point, but already we've gone so far. William Byron just shot Blaney into the wall off of turn 4. Blaney sideways and into the wall again. And we stay green. A lot of ground lost by the 12. Look at him stacking up behind. Byron got to the back bumper on corner exit off of turn 4 on Ryan Blaney, and that just shot him right into the wall. Oh no, Austin Dillon gets sideways randomly. Right in front of his teammate, Tyler Reddick. Probably making Richard Childress gasp for air there for a second. That was not a comfortable situation, I could imagine. I think the steering wheel makes the... I feel like the throttle response is a lot better, and I feel like that's why it might be a little easier. That, and it's probably a little bit easier to keep the car stable as well. A couple factors that go into that for sure. So there shouldn't be too much damage to the 12 car. Again, our 5-second damage clock. As long as it's 5 seconds or less of damage, we can repair it. It wasn't a hard hit into the wall. Somehow we did stay green through all that. Luckily nobody else was involved, otherwise we likely would have seen the yellow come out. Back bumper giving Christopher Bell a shot again. That looks to the outside of Bell. Aaron Jones in 24th. I'm not sure exactly how far, or the reason why he fell back so far in this race. He was never really in the top 10 today, but he definitely had a top 15 car, I'd have to imagine. How he faded back to being a couple laps down, I have no clue. Not sure if it might have been a different pit strategy he might have tried out earlier in the race. And we have had a decent amount of cautions. We've had 6 per incident, so that's not counting the 2 stage breaks. Yeah, actually, I don't know what type it is, but I know there was somebody on my basketball team when I grew up. When I was in high school, I played on the basketball team and in high school, and there was this kid on the team. He was a year older than me, But he had diabetes. I'm not sure, again, what type it was, but I can remember him having to take insulin, like random courses. I remember when we were both on JV my freshman year that we were always one of the few that would videotape up at the top, and he'd take an insulin. It's weird though. Like, I don't know how you get like diagnosed with it, because he was really fit. I mean, he was a fit person. I don't know if that was something he had his whole life. I would imagine probably was. It seemed like he knew what he was doing. Probably just something, you know, he's had since he was a kid. But I mean, really, I've known him or known of him growing up. He was always, you know, pretty lean, pretty fit. We're going to alternate to the different camera angles one final time in the race today. 77 laps to go. I think he's only 7.5 seconds off the lead. Would have been obviously a lot closer if it wasn't for the contact with William Byron and getting shot into the wall there, but there's still plenty of time to make it back up. Everybody will have to make one more pit stop the rest of the way. We did have some drivers that pitted under that last caution. I came out with about 99 laps to go, but even them obviously would have to pit before the end of the race as well. They could probably go maybe an extra 6 or 7 laps, but that's about it. William Byron in that 10th position, slowly working his way up to the field. He is on a little bit fresher tires as well. Only able to get up to 10th, so that's a large reason why he's in the position he's running right now. Still along the top side, right where we last saw him. Got into the back of Blaney. Big run by Blaney in the draft on him now. A little side draft down the back as well, and he'll clear him before they get into turn 3. Almirola's just stuck behind Chastain on the outside. Chastain's got some damage too. I wonder if he and Suarez both could have possibly been under or involved in that last caution that came out here in stage 3. Remember, Suarez had even more damage to the front of his car. Both him and the 77 still out on the racetrack. Keselowski giving Blaney plenty of room on the outside to race right around him. Huge glob of lead lap and lap cars further up ahead, going 3 wide as we've seen a lot today. Well, we've seen 4 wide more times than what I would have thought we were going to see today. We've probably seen that happen about 3 times. Once wasn't even on a restart. Just seen that kind of wild action all day today. All sorts of different types of situations. Next race for the Cup Series schedule is at Pocono. In fact, the Pocono doubleheader will be the next 2 races. Not sure when we're going to get to that. Ooh. Base of maneuvers there by the 12 of Blaney. Went all the way down to the apron to try and make some passes there. Truex got caught behind a couple lap cars. But I'd like to do the Pocono doubleheader on the same day. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I know they're shorter races too, so I think that would work out. Look at Blaney here. Up the middle between Ryan Preece, lead lap car Kyle Busch for position. Denny Hamlin is leading the race currently. Blaney is also currently the fastest car on the track in 4th. Kurt Busch has managed his way up to 3rd. A little bit fresher tires. Obviously those tires have kind of evened out at this point in the run. And Blaney will get around him for 3rd himself there. Newman gives up the bottom. Blaney will get around him for 2nd. 65 laps to go, and Blaney is going to be charging for the lead here. Hamlin gave Blaney plenty of room on the top. Doesn't slide up in front of him either. And just like that, pretty easily Ryan Blaney will take the lead back once again here today. Daniel Suarez will go a lap down. Hamlin kind of got stuck, barely got around him on the inside. Lead change at the line officially there. So Blaney with 64 to go, back out in front. And everybody will have to pit one more time at some point in time today. First lap that Blaney's led in the final stage, by the way, as well. Well, it has been over 50 laps since he's led. Just barely outside the pit window currently. We'll stick with this normal camera now for the rest of the race. And caution's out. Right at the edge of the pit window, might I add. Caution will fly for the 7th time today with just 63 laps to go. Well, it's going to set up yet another restart. I mean, these guys are going to be really close to the end on being able to make it on fuel. And free pass will go to Daniel Suarez, who just went a lap down a couple laps ago. Everybody on the lead lap and a lap down is pitting here. This could be the final pit stop of the race today. We'll have to wait and see. Track position hasn't been a whole lot in the race. Seen a lot of passing. Wow, Blaney's crew really letting him down there. They lost 4 spots on pit road. Denny Hamlin, the 11 team, will come out in first. Kurt Busch gains some ground up to 2nd. Green flag back in the air. Could this be the final restart of the day with 59 to go? Guys are about 3 to 4 laps to the good on fuel. Well, what a restart to the bottom. 3 wide for 2nd. Oh, everybody just kind of shifted up the track, and Blaney was there for the taking. Hamlin can't get to the bottom in time. In fact, Hamlin's on the top. Newman is in the middle. They're 3 wide for the lead off of turn 4. Kyle Busch trying to give Blaney a shot. At the line, Blaney will lead the lap. Kyle Busch is just going to help the 12th car to the lead. Oh, and he kind of got blocked off going into turn number 1. Here comes Newman. Hamlin again on the outside. Martin Truex Jr. giving Blaney another shot there. As well does Kyle Busch. And now he's underneath the 12. No way he was going to block him off that time. Blaney will just hop back down to the bottom, right behind him and in front of Chase Elliott. Ryan Newman leads. But Hamlin is trying to retake it right back again. Oh, man. Dangerous push that time. Fastest lap of the race that last time by for the 12 as well. 30.581, not his fastest lap. Well, I should say fastest lap of the race, but not my fastest lap ever around this track. Just kind of been off that pace a little bit today. This could very well be a fuel mileage race today if it does stay green to the end. Well, Busch almost took it 3 wide for the lead. Hamlin was already underneath of Ryan Newman. Blaney hops in line now behind John Hunter Nemechek, who has moved up to 6th. Nemechek with a big run on the outside, cuts down to the bottom. Tries to close in on Chase Elliott. Oh, 3 wide all of a sudden. Back underneath the 12 again. Boy, you're losing ground on the front stretch. So Newman was able to fend off Denny Hamlin. Kyle Busch moves into 2nd, passing his teammate Hamlin. Oh, and Logano just put his teammate in the wall. Got right into the left rear quarter panel, and Blaney just had nowhere to go, already running the outside. Definitely tough break there. The 8 and the 88 almost got together off of turn 4 as well. They're 3 wide. Kenseth now to the bottom of the 8. Bowman pushing Blaney on the outside. Not sure why Logano ran as close to his teammate as he did. Plenty of room to the bottom of the track if he was that much faster. What a run those 2 guys got off the top side that time. We've seen a lot of bump drafting today too. Blaney down the track trying to side draft Kenseth a little bit. Kenseth couldn't quite clear the 12. Bowman's really helping him out quite a bit. Kenseth, though, pulls back clear of the 12 again. Blaney trying to get to that right rear corner panel. He's there. Pulls him back again. And now Bowman hops to the bottom, so the run might not be as prominent off the outside. I mean, it is, but I guess he does get alongside the 42 by himself there. Got a little tight, though. Bowman back up there again, and actually Tyler Reddick almost cleared the 12. Thought about pulling up in front of him, thought better of it. We have less than 50 laps to go here today.
Still there inside. You got room to clear this.
Blaney in line behind Kenseth.
Still there.
Who will win here at Chicagoland with just over, just under 50 laps to go? And again, we are right at the edge of the pit window. We haven't gone through a full fuel run at all today. There has been no green flag stops. We've had 7 cautions per incident, not counting the 2 stage breaks. So we don't know what the tire wear could be like over the course of a full run.
Still there.
So we've still got that yet to determine. And he pulled right back in front of Kenseth. Oh wow, he really overran the corner. He had to get on the brakes. Kenseth helping him out up there though. Oh, Kenseth got the wall off of turn 2. Kenseth got a little tighter than Blaney did. Once he got in line right on his back bumper, Blaney kept it off the wall, but Kenseth again runs so close behind the car behind you. That could happen a lot with this package. Kenseth's car just pushed up the track, and he lost a lot of ground to the 12 immediately after. Good fight, by the way, by Kenseth to get back on the lead lap. He fell a lap down at the end of stage 2. And he's back on the lead lap at 14th. That's a pretty good fight for that team. He was leading laps earlier in the race on that very different pit strategy compared to the rest of the leaders at one point. Pitted at a different timing caution back in stage 2. He's leading laps in the middle of that stage. He got under the back bumper of his teammate Blaney in the 12. Just like Kenseth did when he was behind Blaney, but that time Logano didn't get in the wall like Kenseth did. Actually, it worked out pretty well for both of them. Something else to think about too. Obviously with running the outside, it's less tire wear. Not really having to turn the race car as much as what you were trying to apex the corner on the bottom. So Blaney's saving his tires a little bit by running up here. Even though it is the longest way around the track. And he's making up time on the racetrack while doing it. Less than 8 seconds off the lead now. Got plenty of time to get to the front if it does stay green. And again, it's where if we get another caution is where we're going to have an issue. Because we know how bad he is on the short runs. That he falls behind this far, if not worse. Can he survive another short run if everybody obviously pits under that said caution? Once he wasn't going to make it back at stage 1, but the caution bailed him out. Stage 2, he barely made it with 2 to go. He took the lead, coming to the white flag in the stage, in fact. And obviously had that last lap pass to win stage 1. Trying to go back-to-back races, sweeping the stages and the race itself. Good bounce back performance, by the way, for Christopher Bell. We mentioned it once earlier in the race when he was actually running in 5th at the time, but he's still in the top 10 and looking for a strong top 10 finish. 2 wins on the season. Looking to finish the regular season strong and have some momentum going into the playoffs. We only got 9 races until the postseason after this one concludes. Pocono doubleheader coming up soon. It's going to be 7 races before we know it. So it's definitely getting down to crunch time if you're on the bubble. I think it's a good thing. Obviously, he's got those wins, one being a crown jewel event. Coke 600, and obviously his first career win would have been at Bristol. And caution will fly with 37 laps to go. And Martin Truex Jr. will be hitting pit road. Trouble down the backstretch. We got a car up in smoke. So that's the 8th caution of the race today. Blaney's going to pit as well. Won't have to worry about fuel or tires the rest of the way. Actually, just going to take a half can of fuel just to be safe. Free pass goes to Austin Dillon. So only 2 lead lap cars hitting the pits here. So this is going to be interesting. They'll both have to come from a little bit further back. So now will this be the final restart of the race today? We'll see. Ryan Newman will restart from the lead. Fresh tires for the 12 and the 19 as they'll try to cut their way through the field. Green flag back in the air once again. 34 laps to go. It's going to be a race between the 12 and the 19 to get to the front as well. Blaney got quickly in front of the 19, and that definitely stalled out Truex's momentum on the restart. Plus, Blaney being on the bottom is going to help, and now Suarez slid right in front of a fellow Toyota driver. Through the tri-oval. Look at all the ground he's gaining already on these fresh tires. Oh, he kind of dove it off maybe a little too deep into turn 1. Nemechek going for 3rd on Denny Hamlin. What a day he's had. Kyle Busch, meanwhile, trying to go for the lead on Ryan Newman at the front of the field. Blaney pulled up maybe a little too soon on Hamlin. And Blaney just shot Kyle Busch right underneath of Ryan Newman. But he couldn't clear him. Blaney underneath them both. 3 wide for the lead. Blaney to the lead at the line. Hey, quick work of that. But now, where is Martin Truex Jr.? As he tries to get through the field, Truex is still stuck right around 10th right now. Busch still can't clear the 6 of Newman for 2nd. How big of a lead can Blaney get before Truex tries to run him down? Knowing he's obviously got a lot better short-run car. "31 laps to go. How awesome would that be for Nemechek if he can get a top 5? I mean, he's been running up there for most of the race. It's been as high as 3rd. He hasn't led any laps, but just the consistency that team's shown today is incredible. And he's still going for 4th on Hamlin. And Truex is now slowly getting through the field. He's up to 6th, right behind Nemechek off of turn 4. And he'll get around him quickly down the front stretch. Here's the thing though, Blaney has a clean air advantage. That's going to be huge in itself. Truex is up to 2nd place easily by the time they got into turn 3. Kyle Busch did finally get around Newman, but now it's for 3rd. Less than 30 laps to go. And Truex is gaining on Ryan Blaney, sorry. Both running the bottom. I think Blaney's going to try to run the top side now. He's losing ground. And we've seen that car maybe be a little too loose on the bottom throughout the course of the day. I don't think it's going to matter, though. Not for the early going of the run, at least. We'll see. Maybe we'll have a good fight and a good battle for the lead when Truex gets up there. Truex can gain that ground. It's going to be tough to pass the 12 car again with the clean air. But again, with it being a multi-groove racetrack, though, that's going to help Truex a ton compared to, say, other tracks with this package. It's not hard to pass. We've seen a lot of passing today, so I don't think it's really going to make as much of a difference as I might make it out to seem. I mean, he is there in a hurry. It's already less than a second behind him. Caution again. Well, now we got Kyle Busch hitting pit road. 9th caution of the race today. And this is going to restart the 12 and the 19 on the front row. BJ McLeod will get the free pass in 20th. Get back on the lead lap. He's been a lap down for a while. So our 9th caution of the race. Busch was in 4th. That's an interesting strategy. I think he saw what those fresh tires did for Truex and Blaney. He thinks he's got enough time to get up there now. Green flag back in the air again. Will this be the final restart? The 12 and the 19 on the front row. 24 laps to go. Blaney quickly pulls in front of Truex. Beat him through the shifts, and now look at Hamlin and Newman looking underneath of Ryan Blaney all of a sudden. See, Kyle Busch restarted on the bottom lane. It's going to help him. Wow, Truex lost some ground already. Blaney quickly to the bottom. That's going to help. Truex trying to work the outside. 3 wide back there for about 3rd place. And quickly to the outside of Ryan Newman down the front stretch, trying to gain that time back. Kyle Busch has the freshest tires in the field. When can he get to the front? Might have to move up to the outside soon, not necessarily for Truex, but I think for Kyle Busch, who again on the fresh tires is trying to come from a little bit further back in the field. I guess he would have restarted back in 19th. So he's definitely got some ground to make up, but I think he can possibly get there. And look at how quickly he's made it up. He's up to 4th place already. That is insane. How quick Kyle Busch was able to get through the field there. Blaney going to go to the outside. Busch is up to 3rd. And now has his eyes set on Truex and Blaney. And you see Busch running the outside back there. 20 laps to go here at Chicagoland. And we're setting up for a wild finish. Truex in that different line is trying to gain the ground on the bottom. Late race cautions throwing some wrenches into some strategies here. TTV Redskins, welcome to the stream. Blaney again trying to run the top. Truex closes in. As long as they don't get side by side, but Kyle Busch on those fresh tires is coming after both of the lead dogs here. Truex gets closer in turns 1 and 2. Blaney might have nudged the wall. Blaney got into the wall a little bit. Oh, and he did it again, going into turn 3. Truex to the lead. Blaney trying to get him back to the inside. Oh, he got loose. Had to get on the brakes. They are battling hard with one another, and it is allowing Kyle Busch to close the gap. Race is on again. Blaney to the back bumper of Truex. He's underneath them. Side by side for the lead. At the line, Blaney leads the lap by inches. And he is going to clear Truex. Truex to the bottom now, trying to cross him over. What a move, and here comes Busch out of nowhere. Busch is up to second. Truex is in the lead. Blaney in third, and the race is on again. Busch got a shot there from Blaney. Kyle gets a little loose in the center of the corner, but he is to the outside of his teammate for the lead. Kyle Busch to the front at Chicagoland with just 16 laps to go. His tires are going to even out eventually. They're not that much pressure on Busch's Toyota compared to the 19 and the 12. But does Truex and Blaney have enough time to get back to him? I mean, they're battling hard for second still. We are coming 15 to go this time by. Lap traffic is in the not so distant future. That could play a factor also. Yeah, you're going to need a capture card to stream on a PS2. That's the only way I'm able to do it. Oh, mishap again into turn 3. Allows Truex to hold on to second for the moment. Blaney gets alongside of him. He just can't get around him. They're already a second and a half back of Kyle Busch, but there's heavy lap traffic in front of Busch. Yeah, I've got an Elgato HD 60 Plus. So if you're looking to stream it, you need to have a PC of some sort, and then you have to have some sort of capture card. That's just the one I have. So Blaney got around Truex down the back. Truex really arced that corner off there. Look at Busch up the middle between Corey LaJoie and Ross Chastain. I think Blaney's going to have to do the same through the tri-oval. Busch got held up a little bit behind Justin Haley off of turn 4 as well. And now he's caught behind Timmy Hill. Look at this. Busch is caught behind Timmy Hill down the back into turn 3. On the outside, here comes Blaney to his back bumper. But he couldn't get close enough to get alongside of him. Trying to keep up with the guy on fresh tires, and Blaney again in the wall off of turn 4. He's pushing that car hard. Still heavy lap traffic to come. Busch 3 wide to the top. He is pulling away from Ryan Blaney once more. And now he's caught again behind Quinn Houff. Barely enough room. Both cars now caught behind the lap traffic. 3 wide and tight for the lead off of turn 4. Blaney tries to get it back. He's in the wall. But he still takes the lead. Unbelievable. Busch strikes back again on the bottom. But he's not going to clear the 12, or is he? Nope, hasn't cleared him yet. Blaney trying to hold him back with a side draft down the back. Busch on a little bit fresher tires. They're slowly starting to even out. The lap traffic is playing a huge factor late. They split Joey Gase. Blaney trying to draft him down the back, or front stretch rather. 10 laps to go. What a race. I mean, we have been shaping up for this one all day long. It has been spectacular. Don't forget about Truex, 1 second off the lead. If these two somehow tangle together of some sort, the live traffic is constantly going to play a factor. Busch caught behind Suarez. Just a little bit. Johnson now in front of Busch. Blaney again to the lead into turn 1. Kyle got stuck, and now he's stuck behind Stenhouse in the center of the corner. Finally moves under him, but Ryan Blaney is back out in front again. It'll be a lead change at the start-finish line. Blaney is staying consistent with the outside. It has worked for him all day. And now Kyle Busch moves up there right behind him. Kyle might have to switch his lane up, though. Blaney was a little bit higher, carrying just a tad bit more speed down the front. 8 to go. Oh, Blaney got into the corner terribly. Maybe overdrove the car a little bit. Both cars try to slip by to the outside, and again, Blaney just into the wall. He is not running consistent lap times. But neither is Kyle Busch. These guys are running terribly right now at the end of this race. 7 to go. Blaney might get caught behind Austin Dillon here. Moves down just a tad bit lower than him to get around him, and now Kyle Busch is caught behind Austin Dillon. Six laps left. I think the older tires is what's kind of messing the handling up with Blaney late in this race, why he's gotten into the wall a couple times, because we haven't really seen him get into the wall much. Truex is fading back a little bit. It's more than 2 seconds off the lead now. He's not gotten through the lap traffic as well as Blaney, or Kyle Busch for that matter. 5 laps to go. Oh, Busch got caught behind Reddick. Reddick moved up right in front of Kyle. Kyle was always on the top there, and Reddick just moved up from the bottom lane the corner before. He let Blaney go. It is now about a 2-second lead going into turn 1, and Busch is still caught behind Reddick. And that is going to ease the pressure on the 12 of Blaney to now run consistent times for the final couple laps. Let's hope it stays green to the end. Kenseth Logano going a lap down late. Truex has now caught Kyle Busch. Busch is still caught behind Tyler Reddick. And Truex has just passed Kyle Busch for second, clears him off of turn 2. Trying to give himself a shot on the front row if we do get a late race restart. Two to go. Blaney with this win would make it 3 wins in a row, and it would be his 7th of the season, sweeping both stages in the race again, and all 3 stages really in dramatic fashion. Last lap passed to win stage 1, stage 2. Got to the lead coming to the white flag in this one. Traded the lead back and forth with both Truex and Busch in the final 10 laps of the race. I mean, this has been nothing short of spectacular throughout. We've had crazy restarts and 4-wide action at times. Blaney just got caught behind Haley. They're 5 seconds back now. They have really struggled in the lap traffic. Oh no! Blaney got in the back of Justin Haley. Maybe he has to be a little more patient there. Haley almost lost control right in front of the leader. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go for Ryan Blaney. And the caution has come. Oh, wait, was that the last lap? That might have been the last lap of the race. I think we were coming to the white flag there, and then the caution came out right. No, that was the last lap. I lost sight of it. My bad. I don't think I've ever done that before. So that was the final lap of the race. Sorry for the confusion, but Ryan Blaney gets the win at Chicagoland. Last lap. I can't believe I did that. I don't think I've ever done that before. On any stream, in any game on this channel. 9 drivers finished on the lead lap. Andrew Hollenbeck, I see you coming in there late in the race, but thanks for tuning in. take a look at the finishing results here for this one. Again, 9 drivers on the lead lap at the end of the race. We had 9 cautions for incident. Ryan Blaney wins both stages in the race today, all 3 in dramatic fashion. Kyle Busch ends up finishing second rather. Martin Truex Jr. finished in third, Ryan Newman fourth, Denny Hamlin rounds out the top 5. Hamlin started on the pole, was basically in the top 10, if not top 5 all day. Eric Almirola, quiet but solid day, finished 6th, Keselowski 7th. John Hunter Nemechek, spectacular day, finished 8th. He was running top 5 most of the day, faltered a little bit late, but still finished on the lead lap. It's still a solid day nonetheless. Chase Elliott 9th, and Clint Boyer rounds out the top 10 here in this one. That is going to do it for this race. We had 5 drivers DNF: Alex Bowman, Josh Bilicki, Chris Buescher, Kevin Harvick, and Matt DiBenedetto all failed to finish. Again, doing the point standings myself here, so I'll work on that either later tonight or tomorrow. No other stream tonight, but the next full race live stream will be tomorrow. We'll have a doubleheader on the channel, 2 Truck Series races on NASCAR Heat 5. Both full race live streams, realistic broadcasts. We do that on the daily, so subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Hit the like button down below if you enjoyed the race commentary, the video in general. It was wild today. One of the better races this season, to say the least. So, pretty good win there. And both of those races are going to be back-to-back starting at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Truck Series at Iowa and then Truck Series at Chicagoland soon after. See, Newman had the fastest lap today, 29.998. He also led the most. Wow, that's actually surprising. I did not think Newman led the most laps today, but he led 81 of the 267 laps. Again, we didn't lead a lot, but we did win the race, and we won both stages somehow, so it worked out perfectly for us. All the cards fell right. Remember, back at stage 1, Blaney was in 10th at the timing of a caution with just a restart with 3 laps left in the stage. He was definitely not in position to win there, and again came from behind to win the stage in stage 2 as well. So that is going to wrap it up here today. Thanks everybody for watching. Again, like, share, most importantly subscribe. Help me out on my journey to one day becoming a broadcaster in real life in NASCAR. So thanks for everybody, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Truck Series Iowa, and then Chicagoland right after that in the Truck Series again. Doubleheader Saturday. Have a good night. Enjoy.